Hey, y'all. What's up? How are you all doing today? How is everyone doing today? We are back with the Love Talk Podcast. We are back with the Love Talk Podcast. Thank you all so much for joining us. Once you get in here, make sure you share. You follow, you invite some people. I'm super excited about today's guest, Ms. J. She's excited about today's guest. Where is Jay? Come on, Jay. Come on, girl. I'm waiting for you. Girl. Where you at? Come on, it's time to get started. I'm so excited, y'all. Look, let me tell y'all, when I first had the idea, I think I had just watched one of her movies, and then I saw her post something, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's confirmation. I'm about to reach out, see what happened, and it worked. And today, Ms.Kris D'Sha is with us on the Love Talk Podcast. I am so excited. This is about to be so good. We're going to talk about her new movie that she has. What's up, GA? What up, though? What's up, girl? Look, you over there getting it?
Going on.
Hey. We up in this thing. On the Love Talk Podcast. I'm excited. Are you excited about today?
I am. I just
okay.
Watched, Wonderful. And,
Watch Wonderful. Okay.
All I'm gonna say is I have a question.
You got some questions. Girl, look, let me tell you. Look, hold on. Look, y'all gotta see her face because that was my face too. And I watched this with my cousin, and I was like, okay.
Wait a minute.
What's really going on?
The ending is what took me out. But let's get Chris up in here. Let's get her in here.
Let's get her up in here. I'm excited. Once y'all can't come in, make sure y'all drop some purple comments. Say hello. Hey, Kia. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for being here. Our guest moderator been holding us down for like the past couple weeks. She been coming through and showing up, and I appreciate you for that. So we are about to bring Miss Kris on. All right, y'all. I hope y'all didn't watch the movie. If you ain't watched it, you're going to be lost in the sauce, but watch it after we done because it's good. Hello. Hi. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Good.
I am wonderful. Can you hear me good in here?
Yes,
we can hear you. Okay. We can hear you, girl. And I am loving that hair on you. Like, that is everything. That is really cute. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
I'm rocking Olivia here in the movie, The Creep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that, girl. You definitely rocking that Olivia. Well, look at Jay's face. Look, you done said Olivia. Now she like, hold on. So
they've been having a lot to say about her. I've been reading up in all these groups, and they've been Olivia this, Olivia that. Why you? Yeah, so it's been interesting.
I'm sure. I am sure. Okay, so before we jump there, you are doing a lot. You are doing so much, and that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. Like, I've seen, I know when I first caught wind of you, you were doing the skits and the little TikTok and all. You know what I'm talking about, Jay?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Tooth Throw Music on TikTok, and that's where I was like, I've seen her before. I looked him up. I was like, that's it right there.
Right.
And not to mention, I was like, oh, he in here? Okay.
Yeah. In there.
Yeah.
In there, yes.
Yep. And so that's where I seen you were being funny and all this different things. And then I saw you had posted something about the Forbidden Daughter. I was like, oh, okay, she's for real, like a whole actress out here doing her thing. And so I guess, I want to go out and shoot out the first question because we're going to get to this movie. We are getting to this movie because what? But the first question is, what made you want to start acting? Like, what made you want to become an actress?
Ooh, that's a good question. It was interesting because I started off in classical music, and that's all I was able to do. I really wanted to dance, but my daddy was like, you ain't gonna be in no tights, but you can go and sing. So I started doing that, and then I always had the gift of dancing. And so I always had this dream. I was like, you know what? I am going to dance in New York. And so I started dancing with Dallas Black Second Company. And after I came back from New York, I was like, something is missing. Like, I'm able to sing. That's what I want to do. Now I've been dancing, but something is missing. And I just started watching movies. And then I would see them differently. It was almost like, I feel like maybe I could do that. I just started watching them differently. And I had a memory from when I was like 10 or 11. And I remember these bright red letters. And it was KD Studio. And I was like 20 years old at this time. And I was like, my god sister was getting picked up from one of those acting classes. And I just thought about it and I just Googled them. I hit them up and I talked to someone named Michael Sarecchia, and he was on Broadway and stuff like that. And he's like, hey, I have a ticket for a full Monty. And it was like a show downtown, uptown Dallas. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And I fell in love. It was theater and it was like everybody was in your face. And it was just so amazing, singing, acting, dancing, putting all the pieces together. And so I did the program and then I graduated with a degree in musical theater in 2008. And I was just locked in from there.
That is awesome. And congratulations. That's really, really awesome. And so, and when did you actually start creating and being a part of movies? When did that happen for you?
So from 2008 until 2022, I say about 3 years ago, I did like off-Broadway, regional theater, stuff like that for about 12 to 14 years, somewhere up in there. And then as soon as the pandemic happened, you know, everybody was kind of like out of work, all this kind of stuff. And then we just started connecting. Two Throw Be Naked actually hit me up after he saw I was in Heavy. But before that, I was doing Neighborly. And it was just something we were doing on YouTube. It just kind of happened. It was hilarious.
Okay.
And I started meeting like, that's where I met Corey Pratt and Rock White and different folks in the industry. And they was like, you dope. Like, what's up? So I got connected and started doing movies like off of that. So
nice.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And so since then, you just been going and just like, look, you about to see me up in everything.
right.
That is awesome. That's awesome. And so when you and I were talking a little bit, you were telling me that you about to start creating and doing some things of your own, I guess, producing and writing and things of that sort. What's that looking like? I mean, that's super exciting.
Well, writing. I've been wanting to create work for other people. There's so many folks in our industry that are like hungry for opportunities, you know, maybe have families, they've kind of done it in, you know, non-traditional type of way where it's like, hey, we're just trying to make it happen. And so it's just been a desire to create and to make things happen. And then I went to school, I graduated this past May. And so I had some experience with writing. That's what I studied, screenwriting, in addition to other elements of film. And so I was like, you know, I have some scripts. I might as well just make it happen. So that's what I've been working on right now, writing those scripts and shorts.
Nice. Okay.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. Go ahead, Jay. Look, I think.
Look, yeah, I didn't watch. Like I said, I didn't watch The Forbidden Daughter yet. I definitely watched The Creep. And whose movie was that?
Wait. She go. Hold on. She got to come back. Hey, Savage.
Her signal is choppy.
Yeah, it probably kicked her out, so she probably got to come back and get that together. And I'm gonna have to look. Oh, there she go. When y'all come on, make sure y'all share. Drop your purple hearts. There we go. Now we got you.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
So where did The Creep come from? Whose idea was it, and how did you get into that specific production?
Okay, so DeMarcus Bailey, he was the original writer of The Creep, and so he came to me with this story. It was a little different than the one you know now. Terry, you know, he was going to be the good guy at the end, which I kind of loved. You know, I kind of loved. I'm like, oh, it's like a beautiful love story intertwined with like the craziness that's happening. You know, like something real that people could connect to. That thing. but then, minds start coming together and they came up with a different plan. And then an additional writer was on board. I believe his name is Derek. Don't talk about me. He's amazing. And so they got together and did a spin and this sort of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got, I was in the, he talked to me at the beginning before they actually wrote the different type.
Okay.
Statement that you saw, the script that you see. So
now I ain't gonna give away too much. I gotta go see the movie. But the ending, I'm like, ooh. Wait a minute now. So Terry, you a bad guy too, and so that's Corey, baby. But then now, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. The girl that he got after he left seeing his brother, the girl that he got back in the car with, wasn't that the girl that the brother saw in the hotel? That he supposedly okay.
No, she was one of no, she was one of the bodies that they found because because it was like 2 bodies before.
Right.
So she was one of them. So the one that he met with at the end was the one who kept approaching him at work. Remember? She's like, well, you can call me anytime. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna call you. That's
that's
right. Yeah.
So this seemed like this should be this seemed like you guys are going to come out with a part 2 of this. It would make sense that you would come out with a part 2. Is that something that y'all are talking about? Because
they said they're in the works for part 2. So
okay, yeah, because I'm like, I'm like, what happened to Olivia's character? What's gonna happen with the baby? Like, is like we got a whole bunch going on.
That's a really good question. That's some questions that have been asked. I don't know yet. That was not, that's gonna be for part 2.
Okay.
Find part 1 on Tubi. Savage. You can find it on Tubi. Mm-hmm. Find it on Tubi. Girl, get ready for a ride, girl. Get ready for a ride.
Over 11.3 million today, I believe.
Wow.
Views for the movie.
So you guys are doing really, really good with your streaming there.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is really awesome.
They want to go part 2 and part 3. So it's supposed to be a part 2 and part 3.
Oh, okay. So let me ask this, because Olivia kind of like, I'm like, sis, how did you keep forgetting and you forgot that this man was leaving? that bro was supposed to be there. Like,
that was a thing. Oh.
we gotta find out what's wrong with Olivia's mind. She need a CAT scan. Olivia need a CAT scan.
Yeah, maybe she could have had a CAT scan, because some people forgot that she ended up going to the doctor, because she was forgetting things, and he gave her some medicine, and her homeboy kind of joked about it in the beauty, in the beauty shop or whatever. So that was a thing. She kept forgetting things. And so some people were like, we wish it would have been like bigger, so we would have understood, like, oh, she's actually dealing with a medical thing, whatever this is.
Right. Because I'm like, what is going on with Olivia? Because I wouldn't have forgot my man was leaving out of a
but listen, okay, I feel you, because everybody's like, he told her like 3 times, but you might have been thinking like, okay, maybe this man was lying to me, because I done pulled up at his house. His car is here. Somebody else's car is here with him. And they heard calling his name. And, so, I mean, I don't know where her mind went. She could have been like, dang, how some people do in the moment when you start seeing things and start just assuming that somebody was trying to hurt you or trying to do something behind your back, and the fact and like, understanding what's really happening.
Look, why ain't Leah bust up in that room? Like, what the? I know,
because that would have been me, right?
I think the majority of women.
Look, the majority of women. Like, because who up in here? Who up in here? That's all I want to know.
And that's funny, because I was just messing with these people in the group. I'm like, so, because they were going off on Olivia. I was like, okay, so once you went in the room, what was you going to do? If something was happening, a lot of them would have just walked out. But it's real. We do need to. I would have wanted to know in real life.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to look
In real life
and be like, "That's what's up." And some people was ready to put on a orange jumpsuit or a white jumpsuit after they bust in the room. But I think I would have still walked out and went on about my business after that.
That part.
Right. Yeah, that's the part because all right, bro, you're wrong, you out of line, but at least I know it ain't my man. That's the thing. That's the part right there. And so, yeah, girl, that was something. And you did a great job. You had some funny moments in there. Corey was crazy as hell. How did he tap into that? What is our relationship?
Yes, now we like, are you like this for real? Because he's literally transformed. It was dope to see him do that too. It was one scene where we had outside where I like need him or whatever, we had a few words exchanged, and then I ran.
Yeah.
And it was a moment he had by himself, and I just stood there and watched, and I was like, boy, you better like you just seen him just change into this character, this person, and it was really dope to see that. Because we've done some stuff together, but to see him in this space. He was he played my mom's boyfriend in The Forbidden Daughter. And then
he was right. He was
the reason that
he was yeah. So Jay, you got to go watch The Forbidden Daughter. And I don't want to give too much away, but that one too was just like, I mean, off the chain. I'm like, okay, what's up, sis? Like, you got to sit down and talk about some things because you got a lot going on. She went from being real good to being like just really, really low, and life for her just changed. And so for that character, Jay, I'm trying, girl. I'm trying because you ain't seen it. But for that character, how were you kind of able to get into that for The Forbidden Daughter? I mean, because that was
a heavy one. Yeah, I was coming on set like in a space. And most time I like to come in, I'm like, hey, y'all, whatever. It was just like, I had to take myself into a dark place because that's where she went. And realizing that I had similar, not the same addictions or nothing like that, but similar stories like with, my parent being a minister and something happening traumatic in my family that disrupted that whole thing. And me and my sister in real life was estranged for years and it still is. And so it was like we had so many things, and instead of like dealing with things and facing it head on, in real life I ran, and in the movie she ran, what I'm saying, ran towards the world and all these other things that she needs to try to fix herself, which wasn't helping. But that was her journey that she chose until somebody found her, which was God, full of man form, who loved her past all of her flaws and through everything that she was dealing with and the dirt and all the stuff that she got into and the addictions and all that, and still loved her for her and saw that underneath all of that. So I just, it was similarities that I had with her. So I just allowed myself to go deep and to go there, watching, homeless people. I hadn't had to experience that way. And so just picking up on some of those things and just allow myself to truly feel it for real.
Okay. And so with the characters that you play, do you try to find kind of similarities or things that in those roles that make you alike? Uh-oh. Where'd she go?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. No way.
There you go.
Are we back?
Are you back on? You got it?
I am here.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so do I need to repeat the question? You probably didn't hear it.
Oh, no, I did not, because I was out.
Okay, so it took you out completely. So what I was asking was, with the characters that you do play, do you try to find similarities in those roles to relate to with their own personal life?
Most times I don't necessarily look for it. Sometimes I have to create a story, but a lot of times it's something that I can connect with. So yeah, it just kind of happens naturally. It was one thing though, with Terry and Olivia, I've never had to tell someone what I had to tell him that day when we split up, that the argument that was really heated between us. I've never had to, and so he was so helpful, like in moments like that where you never it's like important to like truly listen and be open and vulnerable to the other character. So when he was given what he was given, like I truly felt hurt for him. Like I really hurt this man. Like it was like a real thing happening. And so just allow myself to be into that space, even though it wasn't something that I actually experienced in real life. I've seen other people have to do it. So I kind of, you know, pick up all that in addition to like really feeling what my character is giving to.
Gotcha.
To try to make it as believable as possible.
Yeah, that scene right there. Woo! It was the last scene we did of the night. We filmed like maybe 12 scenes all day. It was a ton all day from like the morning to like midnight. And it was the last one. And the director said, AD said, he was like, yeah, we did that on purpose. Because I wanted y'all to be like in that. Everything else you had left, I wanted you to be able to give. So it was a great experience.
Wow. That's awesome. And that was a pretty deep scene. That was like, whoa. But the scene before it kind of shocked me because he grabbed Olivia's hand. Like most men just would have left. Soon as he found out, it would have been done. And that right there was like, hold on. That's what gave it away for me. These two know each other some way.
Interesting.
At the beginning of the movie, when Terry went out and Corey came in, I said, "Nah, this is not right."
Well, did you think that right away? But did you think that right away when it?
I thought it right away, because I'm like, because he had gave her that ultimatum. It's like, all right, what you gonna do? And he said, all right, this ain't what you doing. You don't want me. I'm leaving. And it's like, I knew it just immediately. I'm like, oh yeah, they know each other. Yeah, that's his hitman. He killing off his side chicks. Something going on. They know each other.
Yep.
That's what you got too, Jay?
Yes. I was just like, hold up. Because Terry, you ain't, I mean, you heartbroken, but are you really?
Right. But are you really?
And then for me to have
seen,
I keep saying two-throw. That's what I'm gonna call him. When I keep like when they were in the gym, and then Olivia, for her to notice who that was in the, you know, at the party that everybody was in, I was just like, why you ain't say nothing? You should have been told him. What the hell going on?
What you trying to ride till the wheels fell off? Like everybody.
She sure was.
Like most people do.
She sure was. She sure was.
Listen, I will mess up this good thing that I think I got.
Right.
That girl. It was a lot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm putting this together. I'm seeing this. But that's awesome. You did a really, really great job in both movies. What other films and things like that have you been in?
So Heavy was my first, like I was a supporting character in there. It was a comedic character. So that's gonna be so different than probably. And so a lot of people now who still hit me up like, girl, from Heavy, they still call me my character from Heavy, which was funny. And then from there, I did like Christmas on My Block. I played like the detective who came in real quick. It's a quick scene. Mojo Savage. Then Lee Society, that just came out. Oh, it's a lot tonight. Black Clown. Listen, if y'all have seen me and Corey Pratt, you know, who played Terry, we're in that together, and it is. If you have a phobia or whatever,
is it like
clown,
spooky?
I would say it appears to be that way, but not really once you start watching the story, because it's about mental health. It's dope. It's a really dope story.
Okay, because I keep seeing it show up on my recommendations and things to watch, and so we gonna have to check that out. Black Clown,
the very first one, because they're doing like series.
The first one.
Ours is called Black Clown. Is like a black cover of a clown. So that's the one
cool. Go ahead, Jay, if you have any questions.
No, I said I'm gonna have to look at that one because clowns. It's not that I'm afraid of clowns. I just be ready to fight them. Like, why you look like that? Like, why do you look like that trying to scare me? Because see, me, I'm a little different. I'm short. I'm tiny, and so with that, my dad was always like, "Hey, people gonna try you, and we got to make sure they they're not successful. I ain't bet, but see, I didn't want to throw them hands. Like, why are you trying?
Saying them clowns can get it.
I wasn't bothering you. Like,
yeah.
Why are you trying to scare me? Now we got a problem. Like, oh, so okay, got my heart racing and whatnot. Now we got to fight. Like,
Yeah.
Now we got to fight.
We call it little man syndrome.
I
know.
Like, why are you playing with me? Like, why? Why are you
I'm
playing?
trying to show people, yeah.
See?
Just don't.
So you say they can't be doing all of that.
At all. At all.
I wasn't even bothering you.
So
you came up in here over in my space.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting the way he used the clowns too. So Ryan Cover, he's a dope writer. Yeah, he's something to look for. So the way he used those stories, yeah, it's cool.
Awesome. That is awesome. And so is there anyone who you haven't worked with yet that you would like to?
Whew. You mean actors, producers, who?
The whole shebang. Give it all to us, girl. Get all of it. Let's put it out there. So y'all come across this, y'all know Kris is gonna work with y'all.
Okay, so there's an actor named Jason. And that's so sad because there's one person that, oh my gosh, he's amazing. He just did Distinguished Robbers. I think both of them are actually in there. Let me see if I can find his name real quick while I'm thinking about it. Tony Williams. Dope. He's a character actor also. And so I love that. Like, if you see some of my other movies, I'll be different characters. So he's like that. And so I would love to work with him. I'm sure it's some more directors.
Probably got a list.
Yeah, actors for now.
That's awesome. And so you're really funny. Do you plan on doing any more type of comedic more roles? Like, where are you more comfortable at, as a matter of fact? Let me ask you that, because you're funny. I think you got that down naturally, but maybe you're trying to shy away from that. Like, where do you want to be at? And
so I definitely want to do a I'm gonna do feature. I want to do a comedic feature. Okay, like some like Girls Trip or something, The Office. I'm not sure, but just so yeah, that's like my first. It was always just like a comfortable space. Like the dramatic stuff, that was like, whoo, it was a struggle at the beginning. I was like, whoo, baby, it was a struggle for me to get into like the dramatic type of acting at first because I was not vulnerable enough. It took me, I would always cover up the hurt and all that kind of stuff with laughter. So I was used to doing the funny stuff since the beginning. And so until I finally was like, man, I'm just gonna let it out. This is my moment to be vulnerable, whatever. Then I started breaking to the other different type of acting. So comedy is just, it's a natural thing, has been, it's a love. It's something that comes easy. So I desire to do more and more of it.
Nice.
That's awesome. I could definitely see you in there doing something like a girls trip. I see all of that for you because you're so funny. Like I said, that's how I naturally that's how I found you. You just showed up on my FIP one day and I was like, oh my goodness, she is funny. And I think it was you and what's the guy's name? Brandon?
Brandon.
Yeah. Y'all be cutting up together.
It's always clowning, just cutting up. Y'all be cutting up from the 90s and all these movies. Yeah, it was dope.
He's hilarious.
He is. He really, really is. And I'm just gonna put this out there. Y'all have a really good chemistry together. So I don't know what that looks like, but it's cute. I like it. Yeah, I like it. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Okay, so go ahead.
Y'all saw his scenes in the creek. In the
he was.
When Olivia came in there to get that necklace, I said, "This man right here is a mess." So hilarious.
And I thought he was like the bathroom scene. Like, I'm ready for him to do something, like to be about it. But he was like, "No, man."
He was not ready. I was not prepared.
He was not ready.
Look, it's cut. He was a little drunk. That's why.
That's why.
Okay. Blame it on the alcohol.
He was drunk, so he was not prepared for that. He did
blame it on the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That works.
Exactly.
Literally.
Yeah. And so, all right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna shift gears a little bit. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about this topic. Well, this quote that you gave me, and maybe you can give me a little bit more background, a little bit more information about it, and why this is personal to you. Be ashamed to die until you have scored some victory for humanity.
Wow. I ran across that probably a couple of months ago, and I had been doing a lot of reading and just wanted to better myself and look within and all this. And I started studying like how long the universe has been here, and it's here for over 11.8 billion years, and then Earth itself, 4.54 billion years over that. And I just started realizing, I'm like, we're only here for a drop. That's it. Not even, maybe we'll see 100, but that's nothing compared to a billion. And that, to compare, how long the universe has even been here. And so it just let me know that there's something bigger. And there's something that we're supposed to be doing. And so it made me more hungry to figure that out and realize that it's not just about me. I feel like we get so caught up in our own personal things. Oh, this is going on, and I have this, and everything's about me, whatever, and our own stuff. We're getting caught up in our phones, or just all these distractions, and we forget so many beautiful moments around us and so many people around us. Yeah. And so that's what really got me. And I'm like, you know what? I have to do something major while I'm here for this little drop. Something to affect the world, something to create change, something to put smiles on people's faces and joy in their hearts, something to help people. It's so many people that are hurting in this world, and it's just not about me. So
I agree with you completely. Especially now, because we live in a time where people are very, very selfish, and it's me, and giving back, even if it's just your time or an ear to listen to, or whatever, people, they're just so nasty, and they're just so rude and just really, really selfish. And so, there's nothing you can do about that. But even if those people are that way, it shouldn't stop you from being a better person to other human beings.
Yeah.
Right. For sure.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. Gotta stay humble. Because look, let me tell you, the Lord got a funny way of humbling you. You ain't gonna like it.
I was always, when I get famous, I want to feed the homeless, and I want to go to the hospitals and help, be there for children who are dealing with sickness. All these things I said I wanted to do. It's just like, why do you have to wait for that? Why do you have to wait for anything? And so when I read that quote, I was just like, oh my gosh. So me and my kids started putting together we started doing things. I don't even like to go into all of that, but just realizing that I don't have to wait to get where I want to be, in that aspect. To be a change to someone, even if it's one person in that day. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely shouldn't wait. Hey, if you got something and you can give back, jump on it, because you never know. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. And I mean, look, I don't want to live my life not serving other people, knowing I could have done that, because a lot of people do live that way, and it's unfortunate. But if you have the opportunity and a way to give back, no matter what that is, it doesn't even have to be financial. Do it. What do you have to lose?
Yes.
What do you have to lose on that? And so I agree with you completely. I think that's an awesome quote. Jay, you got some ideas on that before we move?
Not necessarily that, but I did want to ask, have you ever done like stand-up comedy, like on a stage outside of
She would be perfect for that, wouldn't she?
Yes,
would be perfect.
No, like I'm gonna be 1,000, y'all. I'm just since like these last only about 3 to 6 months been like public speaking and doing interviews. Y'all used to run from people. They'd be like, can the actors come up here? I'd be like, I gotta go. So I'm just down. I'm like, baby, we coming. We all here now. So I may be open to that.
Nice.
I think I can see it too, Jay. See, I'm glad you asked it. I could definitely see it because you're just so naturally funny. You know, your vibe is amazing. You know, you're just this light. And I think, you know, hey, keep sharing it with everybody. And if it's in the way of making people laugh, that's awesome too. That's a great gift to give. It's the gift of laughter. Gift that keeps on giving.
It does. Wow.
So that's awesome. That's really awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and move over to this main topic here. The power of letting go. The power of letting go. Okay, so we got some. Look, I think I'm about to be 35. I know I have been in some relationships where I want to let go. And so I'm pretty sure that's something we all can say where we want to hold on to people. What has your experience been like with that?
Yeah, there is just so much power in it. I think I've, for the most part, been the person to be like, well, fine, you know what I'm saying? If it didn't work out, I could walk away. But I was like suppressing those things and therefore not really letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing these, you know, reading and all this kind of stuff and just learning what it does to you and your body by not letting go. And so Michael Singer gave this wonderful analogy about the flat screen TV, like back in the day. Okay. And you would like, if you know, they would tell you don't pause it too long because if you do, it's like an imprint of whatever you were watching is like get stuck to the TV. And I remember this when I was little. And you will watch it, so you freeze it, you know, too long. It is like freeze whatever image that was. And then when you try to watch the, you know, rest of the channels, you will have to kind of look through that image to kind of see it. So I remember that happening when I was younger. And that's what happens with us when we don't let go of certain things in our lives. And then we try to go and have healthy relationships. We filter everything through that experience. And I started thinking about that because we see so many men are like this, ain't no good man, blah, blah, blah. And women, hey, you know, women out here just, you know, this is all I see on social media now. I'm like, wow, It is nothing but people not letting go of the hurt that they've experienced in their life. And they're just filtering everything else they see. And when we do that, we miss out on so many beautiful moments that are unfolding right in front of us. So when I started realizing that, I was like, oh my God. Like I started working on letting go little things, like how we'd be driving in traffic and, you know, somebody cut you off and you're like, dang, you know, you mad the whole ride. Now this is the midst of your day. Now you done moved on into work and now you like, even at that, relaxing in it, letting it go. And it passed so fast. Like, and then the more you do that, and the more you realize, like, oh my gosh, you can let go of bigger things. Even though we feel like, oh, this was so big though. It happened 20 years ago. It's not happening today. The only reason you feel it today is because you brought it into your present. Because it's in the past. So until we let go and leave it where it is, we're going to continue to bring it into our present and just mess up so many beautiful things that are happening, so many relationships and all of these things. So that's been some of the things that I've just been working on and how freeing it is to do so. And you just let go and other people will come. Like it's a thing of fate to say, you know what, I'm going to let go of this and I trust that something good will come, something else will come. So another amazing experience. Sometimes we hold like great experiences too, real tight. It was so good. Oh my gosh, the way we talked, I never let it go. And then every time the phone rings, if it's not that person, now you getting frustrated and getting angry and you feeling this way. Instead of like, let it go. What we shared that day was beautiful. If more comes of it, that'd be great too. And trust that more great experiences will come. So that's been a journey.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really, really awesome. And that's, I mean, I think that's something we kind of touch a little bit on quite often, more in the way of healing. I think we talk a lot about healing because a lot of people can't let go because they don't want to heal and they don't want to let go of those things that did hurt them. They find some way to hold on to it because, oh my goodness, if I let this go or if I forgive this person, then what is the chances of this happening again? And don't know that they're doing more damage to themselves in the relationships that they already do have, no matter if it's romantic or not, then they're actually helping it because they won't let go, because it will, like you said, it'll filter through, it'll just kind of trickle through, and you being unhealed, you can ruin and other relationships that you do have.
Oof. That's so, it's so real. It's like just holding on, like it seems like what you just said, like, okay, if I hold on, it won't happen to me again. Like something in our minds, I don't know why I tell us, like, if I hold on long, like keep it from happening again. It's like, no, you just draw more situations that are similar to that.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's something we talk about a lot. You got some thoughts, Jay? Go ahead, girl.
I've hit that so many times. I hit that on my own on social media, period. Like people often ask me, how are you always so happy after you share so many of your stories? And I have to say it like this. My dad is very, I hate to say nonchalant, but also very, I don't need closure. A person did what they did to me. It is what it is. I felt how I felt. I dealt with it and I got over it. It's like, I like being happy. I like smiling. I'm not at this stage in my life, being 35, I'm not about to let anybody have control over my mental, my physical, or my emotion. That's a no-no. I gotta live with me every day. I gotta wake up and look at me every day. I'm not about to sit here and be sad, mad, hurt while you over there doing what it is, whatever you want to do. No, you can have that. Everything that you dealt with, I'm giving it back to you. I don't want it no more. I don't want it. That's why I can literally, I laugh at a lot of things now because I'll be like, that has no purpose in my life. Why I'm gonna be mad? What I'm gonna be sad for? No, I'm good. I'm good. And therapy helped me a lot with that. Like, and people fear, and I was one of those people before I got into therapy. My mom was like, you should go. And I'm like, no, I don't need it. But the minute I started, I was like, yo, it was one of my favorite places to go. And I don't even have to go as often as I used to because everything that I unpacked, it's unpacked and put away. I don't have to revisit those certain things. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. And I think a lot of people don't want to let things go also because it gives them something like that allows people to feel sorry for them and have them be looked at as a victim. I ain't never been a victim. I allow certain things to take place. I'm at fault for that. And a lot of grown people don't like to take accountability. It's like you allow that to happen. Like you're at fault too. It's not just that man. It's not just that woman who hurt you. You allowed the hurt because you dealt with it. You dealt with it. Yeah. Hey, you played a part in it. So let's call a spade a spade.
Right. That's so real. That's so real. It starts with self, like being able to truly take accountability.
Accountability. That's foreign. That's foreign these days. It's like, oh my God, no, stop it. Stop. You grown though, right? You grown, but you don't want to look in that mirror because of what's going to be looking back at you. You're not going to like that image. So it's easier to be like, oh no, or he or she did this and I did this because, sweetheart, unless somebody is holding you captive, have a gun to your head and telling you, you better do this, you better say this, you're in control of these situations. You're staying there because you want to. So don't be upset if the outcome is what you allowed. You're there. Like, but you grown, all right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna just mind my business because you're not gonna like what I have to say because it's gonna hit you in your head and you're not ready for that conversation. People don't like truth. People don't like honesty. They claim they want real, but when they get it, it's, oh, you just a hater. You this. I'll be all. I will be all of that with a smile on my face. Pumpkin, what's up?
That's fine. What you said was so powerful. You have a choice. Some of us choose to be victims, and some of us choose like to be happy. Say, I'm gonna be joyful today, regardless of what you got going. And I don't have to receive that either. When you said that, I'm like, come on. Just because people give it, you feel like, oh, I have to take that, whatever that. No, I don't have to take that. That's yours. You keep that.
I don't want.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't like feeling yucky. I like being like, if I can control it and I have the capabilities to like I said, control it, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like being unhappy. I don't like being sad, mad, because that really does take 100 times more energy rather than just being, oh, I oh, okay, and going on about your day.
A ton of energy. And people don't realize why they're so tired and drained, like living in the past and fighting all that stuff. Let the stuff go. It doesn't serve you.
At all. Not even a little bit.
So y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. I ain't have to say nothing. Healing and letting go. Healing and letting go. You have to start from somewhere. You have to start from somewhere. And they say, look, it's better to start one day. I mean, have a day one than start at one day, because you never know when that one day is going to come. You're never going to want to. Nobody, when I've said this before, when the Lord shows you who you are, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people really don't like to see that person that's looking back at them in the mirror. Like, I know for me, that personal experience for me, I was like, "Ooh, I'm that bad. Oh, geez, I did that." Okay, I didn't done some stuff. I didn't say some stuff, and it starts with taking that accountability. It starts with taking that accountability, but not only taking the accountability. I think that's where people get hung up on taking the accountability, but oh my goodness, I'm so horrible. I'm this person. Why did I do that? They start blaming themselves for how they reacted in the moment of those problems. And you can't get stuck there either. It's literally a whole process you have to go through, a whole healing process that you must go through, and make sure that you're not blaming yourself and being like, okay, in that moment you were probably weak. In that moment you were a person, you were a human, but you are very much that's what you can be. That's what you are. We're not perfect, but don't get hung up on I shouldn't have done that. I'm such a horrible person, because the goal is always to grow and to change and to become better. So yes, I did that, but what can I learn from that? And then where do I want to go so that I won't make those same mistakes or those same choices again?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, what, Jay?
All of that. It's simple. Like, people get so caught up, and when you're used to a routine, whether it's a good one, a bad one, ugly or indifferent, you hold that and you go with that. Like, and I like to tell people, you're gonna look up a year from now and wonder why you still in the same position that you were in. I've seen it. I've had, and again, like I say, people don't like honesty, but my thing is, don't ask me nothing if you don't want to hear what you know you need to hear, because I don't care about, and this makes me sound like a a-hole, but I am to an extent. I can admit that. But don't ask me anything if you know I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not about to sugarcoat your feelings when you know that what you asking me is some BS. Don't bring me no questions that's going to make me, oh, well, it's okay. No, you know what you're doing is stupid, right? You know that you've been dealing with this for how long, and you still dealing with it for what? For what? Like, don't ask me nothing that's gonna cause your own feelings to get hurt, because you know how I operate. I'm not that friend that's gonna be like, oh, it's okay, your BS is okay. It's fine. No, it's not fine. Like, it's not. Stop playing. Like, stop playing. I'm not that friend. I'm not that friend at all. And a lot of people don't have that, which is why it's like, don't bring drama over here, because I don't have any. I live in peaceful over here. I am okay with being alone, and a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people cannot do that at all. Not even a little bit.
So let's address this comment here. Sometimes it's hard to let go, because the same person meant everything to you at a point. Even if you try, you just want to get back. Do you mean like romantic? What do you mean? Because if you're speaking of romantic, now with that, if a person says that they're done, they're done. if they're over it, they're over it. I think it's your job or anybody's job to respect what it is that person is saying, what they're putting out there. Now, what steps and what process you still have to heal. If you're finding yourself holding on to somebody romantically, you this person is stuck in your head, whatever the case is, you need to go through some healing. On top of that, that's not really healthy to be holding on to something or someone who you no longer have in a romantic way, is what I mean. That's my thoughts on that comment. Go ahead and y'all can spill y'all's.
Yeah, we want to get back. I think that's a natural thing, but that's how the circle of karma continues.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you feel like it's okay or not, because somebody done something, you still gonna have to get it back what you're doing. So the best thing to do is just forgive and let go. And although it's not easy, it's necessary.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There was a point in time where I've been told, oh, you can never fully heal. Oh, sweetie, you sound like somebody that want to be stuck and be complacent in how you feel because it gets you attention. That's inaccurate. Because like I stated, when I first started therapy, I don't even bring up the same things I started with my therapist. Like it's not a factor. And she knows. I don't need to ask her about that anymore because she is no longer in that place. And that for me is a huge accomplishment. For somebody to say, I have seen the growth. I have seen it. I've seen the healing. That for me be like, go ahead, girl. Yeah, that for me is a huge accomplishment because that lets me know I've let things go and don't hold on to it. Because it's like, for what? For what? What I'm holding on to is not checking for me. It's not asking about me. It's not like they're no longer involved. Why am I holding on? For what? I'm causing more damage to myself than I am to them. And I don't like that. That's a no. That's a no. I want to be here for another 40, 50 years if I can help it.
Yeah.
People are dropping like flies. Even, especially since COVID, it gets worse every day. And I don't want to be a part of that worse if I can help it. So, nah.
I think another thing too, just going off of Anthony, your comment, is that when you hold on to something or someone or some past relationship that you're no longer in, that's not going, you also block yourself. You block blessings from coming into your life. You're blocking your growth and your healing and things like that. And for me personally, regardless if I still love you or if I did want to be with that person, I said this before and I'll say it a million times over. You probably weren't fully responsible, if at all, for the hurt that was caused to you, but you are responsible for the healing that happened. And so you have to heal, and then you have to be willing to grow past that. If it don't work, it just don't work. It's not that maybe there's nothing wrong with either one of you or either person. It's just that people grow apart. They grow apart and you become older, you become wiser. That may not just be your person. Heal, move on, because you might be blocking who actually is for you. And so that's my thoughts on that too, just to kind of add some more into that. Yeah, definitely, it doesn't help you to be holding on or to want someone who is not interested, who no longer wants you, who is not, to have or to want a relationship that no longer exists. That's just not okay, and is super unhealthy, really, really unhealthy. So, you want to get out of that mindset. Get out of that mindset. So yeah. That's where I'm at with that. Yeah, and so letting go is definitely a huge thing, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a childhood trauma. It could be so many things. Go ahead, Kris.
No, that's so. No, I was just saying I was agreeing with you. I remember something with my mom. It was something she did that I felt a way. And this was when I first started this journey of just like, letting go of stuff. And I would normally be so, I went and just shifted everything, like my music, whatever. I just put myself in a different space. And I talked to her the next day, and normally I would hold on to it. And it's like, I realized I hold on to stuff for like maybe a week or 2 weeks just so she can get for what? Like, why? What? If I'm going to let it go anyway, eventually, why can't I let it go today? Why can I let it go right now? Why do I have to drag it for a while with me so they feel it, so they know? And so it's funny. She was like, girl, I thought you were going to talk to me for like, a couple of weeks, but that showed me how I handle things, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I really had forgotten what it was. And she had to remind me. And I was like, wow, that's how it works. The fact that I let go in the moment, I really forgot what it was. That was, she had to bring it back to me. So just, I learned that. And so that's been a part of my journey, like in the moment, just.
Right. Live in the moment. Don't worry about, what's happening in the future tomorrow. You can't change nothing that happened in the past. Even if you were the problem, you can't change it. It's happened. It's done. It's over. You said it. If you feel bad about it, apologize about it. If you you can't change anything that happened in the past. It's a wrap. It's over. There is no rewind button here. And so all we have to do is keep living and pressing and moving forward. We got to keep moving forward. We have to keep going. We owe that to ourselves and to our future, to be a better us. We owe that. And if you have kids or you have people looking up to you, you owe that to them too. I owe it to my kids to be a better version of myself every single day. We're not supposed to say the same. We're supposed to grow and we're supposed to become better. And that includes letting go. And you never know. You could probably teach somebody else how to, because a lot of people don't. And it's really, really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. But a lot of people have no idea on what that means to let go or even to heal at that, or even the steps to be able to take to heal. They just lost in the sauce.
Like Jay said, like the hard part is you're going to have to look at you. Like you're going to have to really look in the mirror.
That's the first step.
Huge. That part. It's a part of the process. It's the first step.
Yep.
In the process.
It's the first step.
And you're going to continue to have to do that every time. Like you're going to have to look at you.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to want to push the blame on everybody else. You want to. Like, I've been dating this, then go back and you start looking at different cycles. And I would have friends and you look at these cycles. And I would see it in myself too. It's like I date the same type of people. Be different people, but same situation. And it's like, what is in me that is attracting this?
Yes.
It goes back to the self, period. Like it goes back.
Yep.
Until you change you, nothing else changes around you. Like you have to change yourself, and everything changes. So
Right. Reevaluation. Y'all gotta have a semi-annual reevaluation with yourself to make sure
it's work.
that you're good. Because it's work. It's work. It's work. It's work. Because life happens, and a lot of things happen in life that we are in control of, and a lot of things happen that we are not in control of. And you never know what can shift your mindset. And because you don't, it's always important. Okay, let me have that time with myself to be like, okay, where am I at? Where am I at? Am I good? Where's my mental at? Whatever that looks like for you, just to make sure that you're still at a point or a time in your life that you can sit back and be like, okay, I need to evaluate this and what or where I went wrong here in X, Y, and Z. Because it's really, really easy to get tripped back up, like you said, in the same cycle, doing the same thing, and then next thing you know,
God, the universe, however they, whatever that belief is, if you ask, you will receive an answer.
Oh yeah, that's hands down. Hands down.
Why do I do this? Like if someone really sit down or meditate or prayer, and really talk and ask, the answer's gonna come. They'll come faster than you believe it.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they might not come the way you think they're going to come. Because let me tell you.
Woo! Listen.
Look.
Better be ready. If you ask, you better be ready because they coming.
Be ready. Be ready. What they say? Seek and ye shall find.
That part. Ask and you shall see. Yeah, baby, it's gonna come.
I'm trying to tell. There you go, blood. Preach, Chris. Go ahead, girl.
You better preach up here.
Look, I just tell what I know. This is experience in life. That's all.
Yes, experience.
That's all it is. But that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have any more thoughts you want to add in, Jay?
I am good. This has been awesome. Thank you for coming.
Awesome.
I appreciate
it. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely amazing. So do you have anything that you want to share? Any other movies? Anything coming out? What should we know? What's going on, girl, before we close this out?
Y'all, check out The Creep. Okay, that's hot right now. So if you have not seen it yet, if you haven't seen it yet, let me put this up there. Jump on in there, check it out, let us know. You know, you can hit me up. I'm Ms.Kris D'Sha on Facebook and Instagram as well. And you know, check it out. I have some other like skits or reels and stuff like that you can check out on there too. If you Google Ms.Kris D'Sha or my IMDb, it'll just tell you a list of films, and most of those are on Tubi or Peacock, but definitely Tubi. So you can check out pretty much all of them on there. Check out Black Clown, The Forbidden Daughter, The Creep.
Black Clown, gotta put that on the list.
Yes. Right. Thank y'all so much.
Put that on the list. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming here. And like she said, y'all check out The Creep. There it is, right there, right there, right there. Check it out, y'all. This movie right here, and both of them, they both creeps. How about that? How about that? Both of them be tripping. I'm like, no, they didn't. But y'all make sure y'all check that out. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris. I would definitely love to have you back. Girl, I'm going to have to get with you on that script writing because I need some help. I need some help, girl. Let's get it. But I will definitely be with you on that for sure. But thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast. Absolutely. And Miko said that was a great movie.
Today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. And you enjoy the rest of your night, girl. We'll talk to you soon. I'm going to get with you on that script. We about to look. You got to help me out. All right. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Oh, sorry. I didn't see everybody. Hey, Dorian. Hello. Thank you, Kia, for coming on, helping us out as usual. All right, y'all. Well, that has been another episode of the Love Talk, y'all. We coming up at March 10th is our last day for season 2. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired. I'm ready for this little break. I'm ready for this little break. We also have some really, really other good guests coming as well, and including coming back with, what did I name it, Jay? What did I name that week?
I think it was the comedy special.
The comedy special.
That's not verbatim, but I can't think of the name.
Y'all know my brain don't be braining. The joke's on you. Our comedy special, where we're going to have a week of comedians coming, some really, really good comedians. And so y'all don't want to miss that because it's going to be good. And that's after we get our break, after we get our minds right, and we make sure we good, and then we coming back, and it's going to be good. This is going to be a great summer for sure. For sure. But that is it for today's episode. You got any last minute things you want to say?
No, I'm good.
You good? You good. All right, y'all. That's another episode of the Love Talk Podcast with me, your host, Shantae.
Your favorite one and only bald-headed beauty. Your favorite, like I said, favorite.
Did y'all hear? Favorite. Number 1. Don't mess it up. Only on the Love Talk Podcast. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.